Hey, welcome back to another edition of Ego on Break. I'm your host, Dynamite J. Andrews. Got the Mississippi Madman, Logan Creed, sitting to my left. And he's the Mississippi Disappointed Man. So it was not a good week in wrestling for us, or at least for what we try to watch, try to check out. So we don't know if this would be a good episode, a bad episode, a short episode, a long episode.
Just gonna be honest,
but definitely will be an honest opinion. So last week we did the JiM Cornette controversy. How was the NWA in your opinion with no Cornette?
There was no wrestling besides one empty arena matches to finish a feud, or at least continue a feud.
Okay.
They started a feud or something.
Who was in it?
The Question.
Question mark?
Yeah.
And
one of the what's the redneck tag team? Dawson's?
No,
one of
Dawson's.
them. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, and
with hair, without hair?
I don't remember, to be honest.
It's with hair.
It was really rough to watch because this was like something there that's like, let's do this. And the Question mark had what was the Mrs. old buddy? Sandow out there with him. So if the Dawsons lost, they had to read poetry from I'm not lying, some kind of poetry. I can't remember the guy who wrote it. This was horrible. And they lost, and then they're out there reading Hamlet. That's what it was, Hamlet. They're out there reading some kind of damn Hamlet crap. And I'm like, what the f is going on? And you know the heavier set announcer with the glasses and the black hair?
Yeah.
It's him.
Dave Marquez.
And you can tell this guy's like, what the f? And it was so bad. And he starts trying to speak all English. In forth thou cometh thee. And I'm like, why am I watching this shit? And like, I'm like hoping there's more wrestling. No, they show
Thunder
Rosa in like this really badly put together documentary. I mean, it's not good. Like, whoever did this has never done a documentary in their life and don't know what the hell they're doing. And it's all building up to a MMA match. They're training and all this, and that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, for a babyface.
You know, if you're gonna base your whole show around this, you might not want her to lose. And here's the other thing: she had a translator. Remember? Yeah, she's speaking plain, perfect English just as well as me and you. And then she loses the match, and she's like, I can't believe they were out there applauding for me after I lost. It was so tart for me. And she's crying. And she's like, I'm so emotional. And I'm just like, why are y'all putting this on your wrestling show? You're taking your heel and trying to make them into a babyface.
So what you're saying is, even though they had multiple episodes in the can with Cornette commentating, we can't put Cornette back on there because we may offend someone.
I don't know.
So we get this.
But instead, then you got a Melina doing a sit-down interview talking about how people have downed her and now she wants to come back as a wrestler, and you know, you don't judge me just because I'm beautiful, and y'all think because I'm a model I wasn't a great wrestler. And it was one of these shows.
NWA.
I've waited all this time. I just want to see the wrestling to continue on to the title, to the pay-per-view. And they kept dropping spontaneous matches that are going to happen at the pay-per-view. And it was the little skinny guy that kept trying to interview Aldis's woman. It was bad. So NWA, y'all suck right now. Don't do that crap again.
Thanks, Internet.
And that's what everybody in the comment is. They're like, you literally let Twitter destroy your show.
Yep.
And I agree with them.
They're not the first. I mean, there's been a lot.
You know, that's a small amount of your following.
Yep.
You need to realize that. You know, you got fans out here that want to watch wrestling. We don't give a damn about all that other crap. You know, and I try to go into that show watching as a fan. I really have. And I haven't really had much bad to say about it until to this crap. Oh, dude, I was so hot.
Well, so was the Melina the last thing, or was something else, or what? Because I didn't watch it.
Bro, it was off and on. Like, that stuff was sporadically
throughout it.
And it was never nothing.
So it was just the NWA trying to scramble to get something out there.
Put an hour worth of stuff online.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just...
So what do you think the next episode or 2 episodes or 3 episodes,
I don't
whatever
know.
it is? You think those are going to be just as bad?
I mean, I'm gonna try to cut it on next week, but if they pull this crap, I'm just gonna cut it off.
And here's the thing, like, this could stop all the momentum they had.
Yes, because I'm serious. I mean, to go to their comments is ridiculously bad, and I will. I mean, but hell, it's fair. You know, you did this crap. You want to, you know, be this big deal. I mean, and I'll just read you a few of the comments,
Right,
just a couple.
I'm pretty interested in the comments because
I mean,
I like reading the comments sometimes. So
I mean, that's what you get as the front is the picture of him and Melina.
yeah.
I mean, that's not exactly horrible.
No, I
but
mean that's fine. I mean, if there was more to it, you know, but
it's not. It's 1,009 comments.
oh wow.
The very first one is by, oh God, I'm not going to try to say this guy's name because I will tear it to pieces.
All right.
Trevor Murdoch is tough, almost as tough as it was to watch this episode.
Yeah, but that could just be somebody hating. Like, there's got to be at least something else that's better. That's more positive.
Well, here's another one. JDW is here. I hope Dave Laganza read these comments and realize how bad he screws up. Let's see. And here's one of the guys that said, talking about the Cornette stuff. Rank outsider. Should have just used the already recorded episodes with Cornette in it and made an announcement afterwards that due to his views he has been let go. So
So do you think they'll use those comments when
Well,
you know how it comes on and they're putting all the Twitter comments, everybody pushing? You think that's going to be, these are going to be the comments they show?
I hope so. I hope they can be
mean-
honest with themselves. Well, I want to read these last two because my favorite's this last one. Steve Reeves reads, I'm very disappointed with this week's NWA Give Me Wrestling. Now, Juan Alvarez, this is my favorite one. NWA is walking into the fire, seriously.
Wow.
So, you know, you've pissed off a lot of people, man, and that's not right.
Well, with NWA being as horrible as it is, I'm sure MLW would have stepped up and saved the day for us. So I haven't seen all of it in the MLW. I've seen a little bit of it. So what do you think? MLW, was it great this week?
Now it's a big old fat thumbs down, too. Sorry, man. What? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, like the little bit I've watched of MLW was not good.
No.
I got, I guess, the first X number of minutes of MLW. I don't know exactly how far. I got to the women's match. So what I've seen was badly done brawl with Jimmy Havoc and Mance Warner.
And then they just leave.
And then Mance Warner's like, Jimmy Havoc's like, I'm winning, let me bail. So he leaves, steals a car. Thankfully, Moon Man's just driving around the parking lot waiting on Mancer to come out. Oh, Moon Man, there you are. Let's chase this car.
Here comes the camera guy and referee.
Referee's like, hey, y'all let me ride with y'all. So they all jump in the car with Moon Man and leave. And then we get, so I ain't sure where that went because, like I said, I haven't finished the episode.
They go to Havoc's apartment. They wrestle around in the apartment. He literally takes a frying pan at one point and whacks Mance in the head with it a couple of times.
Interesting.
They go into the bathroom and brawl, roll outside. They fight a little bit in the parking lot, and thankfully Havoc makes it back to his car for him to stop at like an empty Walmart parking lot at one point. They fight and throw each other on the car. He goes for a schoolboy on the ground. That don't work. So
the Nightmare Crowd, that didn't work.
Somehow Mancer throws Jimmy Havoc in the truck with Moon Man, holds him down in the back seat, and makes Moon Man drive off while the cameraman and gets in the back somehow, and the referee rides up here, and then they all go fighting into the building.
Sounds very entertaining.
It does end in the building.
The women's match, though, they said this is a historic night. Kicks off the women's division, MLW. We got
Zeta Zane, I guess.
Sure.
Versus the Spider Lady, who turns out to be.
Moolah.
Yeah, well, that's what you would think.
Moolah's daughter?
She's dead. Yeah, I don't know.
Could be. Granddaughter?
No.
So they just recycled it.
Yeah, basically.
So I know you're a big fan of women's wrestling. Where do you rank this match? This historic first match to kick off the MLW Women's Division.
Is there anything under a 0? Because I don't even want to give it that.
It was horrible.
You watched it.
Horrible.
For them to even put this online is an insult to women's wrestling.
I agree.
We've had some bad wrestling. Straight up. You won't deny it. I won't deny it.
There's been some horrible matches in Ego.
I've been in bad matches. You've been in bad matches. But there's no way we did that. You got me strapped though. At least it was funny. But this was absolute trash.
Yeah, this was pretty rough.
The referee, even at points, you could tell him, like, get on her. Do something.
I think what it, like, on paper's like, hey, this could be a good idea. But when you take a character and you say, we don't want you to be your character, we want you to get this other character over, but it's not going to matter. She spent more time trying to make people think she was the spider lady than trying to be in the match.
And trying really, to keep that damn hood on.
Yeah, and it was really bad. I mean, badly executed, bad idea, bad get up. Like, everything was bad. Like, I don't have anything positive to say about it. Other than it was the historic night of kicking off MLW's Women's Division.
And this is the kickoff. They just got kicked in the groin.
Well, you know what they say, when you're at the bottom, you can only go up. So they're definitely at the bottom.
They got a rock hard surface to start on, because that was just trash.
So this week was not good for us.
And then Hammerstone fought a guy, and I can't remember which one.
Pretty sure it's Douglas James.
I think so, but he beats him up, and you can tell like they need time on this match.
Yeah,
and he's beating the crap out of this poor guy. And like the last probably 3 or 4 minutes of it is really a good match, but it's like the first part he's just beating the shit out of this poor kid.
I wonder if they needed more time because Moon Man got lost.
It's possible. I think they just drove him to circle. I think Jimmy let him right in the corner, but I don't know. But that part was probably the most entertaining, was the Jimmy Havoc and Manser. I mean, if I had to pick something I was going to watch out of it, that'd probably be it.
It wasn't good promos on this episode. The little bit of stuff, that we saw.
No, the best part was what was the Von Erich that got hit?
They got beat up. Yeah,
he got hit in the leg by a nightstick that he didn't see. That's what he said. Anyway, but then they're yelling, "I need a doctor!" And Dr. Tom Pritchard's just standing right next to him.
To me, Dr. Tom Pritchard coming out of the hotel room was phenomenal.
Yes. If he would have just been like, "I'm right here,"
yeah,
that would have been cool.
The good news is, Mr. Von Erich is in good hands with Dr. Tom Pritchard. I'm sure he's operated on thousands of people. So,
now they did promote one thing that I was really kind of interested in. I hope it ain't as bad as the Crash stuff, but they're going to be involved with AAA.
Okay.
And it's going to be AAA versus to get combined with MLW. So that I was kind of excited about.
We'll see. I mean,
as
long as it's better than the Crash stuff, I guess.
Crash was.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. So overall, NWA sucked, MLW sucked. Did you watch anything positive?
I watched the pay-per-view. I don't know what to say. It makes me look like I hate women. It really does. But everybody said like the main event was a 3-way women's match, and it was absolute. Just put you to sleep. It was so bad.
I hadn't heard a lot of good stuff.
No, it was a bad match, and that's WWE. And they're trying to be all politically correct, put the women in the match, blah, blah, blah. And it just didn't come off. NXT wound up winning the Survivor Series.
I thought that was really good.
It could have been.
That would have been what I would have done.
Could have been really good. Could have been. And to me, they dropped the ball. The women's Survivor Series match had 15 people in it. Wow. The men's match had 15 people in it. And the rules were, for both matches, you had to have 3 people in at one time. So it was like a 3-way dance. So you know how hard it is to put together as it is, and you got 15 people trying to put that crap together.
Yeah, not.
What's the guy that's the bruiserweight?
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne and Adam Cole had a awesome singles match. If you want to go watch the show, I highly recommend that match.
Now I heard Keith Lee was like the standout from.
And I don't get that, bro.
Really? I haven't seen it.
He got beat up so much at the beginning and never gets in. He did a spot with Braun Strowman where Braun does a little run around the ring. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but he collides with Braun and he actually knocks Braun down. Braun, matter of fact, gets counted out because evidently you can't pin Braun Strowman unless you're Brock Lesnar. But it ends with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Keith Lee. That's what everybody's talking about. But before that, they trashed his ass. He didn't get nothing. Everybody's like, oh, he got so much. I'm like, no, he didn't until the very end.
Impressive. Very impressive.
I mean, the very end is I guess what everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
But if they go back and watch the whole match, he didn't get crap. You know.
Well, there's 15 people out there. Nobody gets nothing.
No,
you know?
it was impossible. The women's match was such a cluster. It wasn't even funny. It was just, oh man, it's just. I really didn't enjoy wrestling this week, man.
Such a bad.
Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero's son come out and they tried to wrestle Brock Lesnar. Oh my God! You ought to have seen this horrible mess. He has a pole, like a steel pole. They both do frog splashes on Brock, both of them. He German suplexes Eddie's son so damn far.
I thought it was Ray's son.
Is it Ray's son?
Yes.
Okay, well everybody else said Ray. I don't know.
I thought you were saying it was Eddie's son because the whole custody battle.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what I meant. But it was like he suplexes him from the second rope, German, all the way across the ring. He literally goes out to the floor.
Good ball.
And then he didn't have no damn option.
I saw the double 619, which I thought was really cool.
That was nice, but
my
besides
kids,
that,
my son showed me that. Like, hey, you gotta watch this.
Yeah, watch that. Don't watch any rest.
So I didn't see anything else, but my son watched most of it.
He beat his ass this pipe, and everybody knows the only way you beat Brock Lesnar, kick him in the groin.
Either that or send him to the UFC.
Like he hooked him in the groin, and then his son hooked him in the groin, so they took turns ball bashing. So I'm trying to think of any other match that was worth anything. And now, evidently, the Fiend's gimmick is Hulk Hogan's old gimmick. I'll take all your moves, even the finish, lay there, 1, 2, kick out, then get up and hit my move, and you don't get nothing else.
Yeah, I mean.
Except he doesn't go, you!
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Fiend's match. And you got this horrible red lighting the whole time where you can barely see it, and that's horrible.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Vince to go, the Fiend must pose.
The fat guy's pose? But, and a lot of people, like, they thought this was one of the greatest Survivor Series ever, and I'm like, what did y'all watch? I mean, there were parts of it that was really good, but there was parts of it just absolute crap.
Yeah.
The freaking Miz is in the back. Oh man, we got to take care of this evil. He's talking to Daniel Bryan, and he's pure evil, man. And we got to get him out of the WWE. Somebody like that can't be our champion. And Bryan's response was, "Get out of my face."
Who are they talking about?
The Fiend, because it was Fiend and Daniel Bryan. Yeah. And the Fiend basically gave him like a black hole slam with the mandible claw. That was probably the coolest part of that match.
That's different.
And the crowd was into it because they were doing the yes chants and all this. But it's like he beat him down, he'd get back up. He beat him down, he'd get back up. He beat him down, he'd get back up. And then he hit the knee, and then he got back up, hit the mandible claw, and that was it.
Wow.
And it was a short match, like 7 minutes.
Well, the light probably hurt everybody's eyes.
Oh, hell, it hurt mine. I was trying to watch that crap. And I'm a huge Daniel fan.
Yeah,
so.
well, you like Bray too, so
yeah, I do.
Or Fiend or whatever.
I just don't like his new character and Hulk Hogan gimmick. Could be Warrior. I think it's Warrior. Probably Warrior.
Maybe.
Yeah, I go with Warrior. He had face paint. It's real similar to Bray's mask.
Yeah. So I didn't see any of that, so I'm glad I didn't.
You sure you want to go watch it?
No, I just had this idea that if I'm going to watch it, I'd rather watch something I enjoy.
Well, I did know this. NXT also did finally beat AEW in the ratings war last week. Not by much, but they still won. So I guess that's saying something.
Yeah, said they stacked the card with all main roster guys.
They did.
But the funny part is, if you go,
it's not a war according to Vince and them, though.
Well, yeah, but if you go and look, AEW's whole they put out a poster for the next pay-per-view or something, and nobody on it wasn't from WWE. So I'm like literally, it was 8 people on the poster, and all 8 people were from WWE. The only one you make it even say wasn't, and only because she was there such a short period of time, was Awesome Kong. But she was there, so technically that counts.
I'll tell you one line I'm getting tired of in AEW, because their matches are so long and nobody sells anything. What's it gonna take to put this man down? Every match.
Well, the Nightmare said schoolboys.
Schoolboys, yeah. He's right. Technically, that's what Jimmy Havoc lost to, was a schoolboy, by the way. I meant to tell you. Sorry about that.
that dang old albino driver 99 is a beast, boy. I'm telling y'all.
Schoolboy.
Y'all sleep on it.
One of the women lost to literally a punch in the face and a schoolboy. Oh, matter of fact, it was Bret Hart's niece. Natalie Neidhart in the elimination match. They acted like, I can't remember who. Oh, it was the boss. She acted like she
was a schoolgirl.
Whatever, some damn move. But yeah, she acted like they were gonna side together. As she turns to walk that way towards the other girl from NXT, she turns around, punches her in the face, and schoolgirls. That's it. I'm like, so you got beat by.
Well, I mean, in theory, I mean that works.
I mean, I guess so. And dude, there were so many. There were so many in the Survivor Series. I wish I would have counted how many schoolboys there was in the Survivor Series.
Let's go, schoolboy.
I bet it was like 8. I bet it was at least 8.
Night of the Schoolboy. So we're going to
Survivor the Schoolboys.
Survive the Schoolboy.
I'm telling you.
Survivor Series Schoolboy Edition.
Yeah. When you can win a Falls Count Anywhere in Florida match with a schoolboy and you in the crowd. Yep.
So, all right, guys, this has been
I'm sorry.
This has been a very negative review of wrestling this week, but
go watch what I watched.
Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. Was the NWA, was MLW as bad as we thought? Was Survivor Series really Night of the Schoolboy? Is Bray Must Pose? Is that going to be the new character?
I'm telling you, brother, you got the same gimmick.
Yeah, let us know what you think, how this episode was. If you're seeing this before Thanksgiving, which is very unlikely because...
So there's tomorrow.
Yeah. But if you are seeing this before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Yep. If you see this after Thanksgiving, I hope you didn't eat too much turkey. And until next week...
Watch wrestling.
Watch wrestling.
At
Later.
least try.
Yeah.